Bramble, the Mountain King. That is what I will be trying today. I believe this was a giveaway on Epic Game Store a while ago. I think I've seen this before. That is kind of like an adventure to the 2.5-ish game about like a little bit of the Nordic mythology, or more Nordic I don't know what you call it, but about that kind of vibe, the Nordic folklore or something like that. So I was thinking, it's, why not give it a shot and showing it off. Adventure games and stuff, slower, hasn't really, been my main games, but hey, it's fun to try something new. Get out of the way. First off, what are the options? We have window, then we have obviously a full screen borderless mode. Frame rate, you know what, we can do VSync maybe. Maybe not on this one, can we? Very precise, let's keep it to that. Like, graphics, you only have... Oh, this is demanding, so I don't think I can go for epic settings. High settings, I want to go for 120 frames. Well, I could lock this to 60 frames. I think this game would be perfectly good with that. Maybe we should... You know what? This is a slower game. Let's try to see how it's gonna go if we lock this to 60 frames, 1440p 60 frames, and we go into graphic and we do epic settings. You can only downscale. So let's see how my RTX 3070 will handle this with Ryzen 5600X. So far in the menu it's pretty heavy actually. It's definitely rendering like the game in the background, because I could see when I went to the epic settings in 1440p and 120 frames, my GPU utilization went up to 90%. Now I'm locking it to 60. Obviously it's 52. It's half. CPU is not being any issues so far. Audio levels, they start off at the highest possible ever, cranking it to the max. Again, I like it when they turn it down to maybe 60, or at least like 80, 60, 50%, lower, so we have a little bit of span up and down. We cannot having the audio just blasted full on from the get-go. Game options, controls, aim sensitivity, aim look sensitivity. I'm gonna be using my gamesir T4K. I'm gonna start with having it in normal mode here, no gyro or anything like that. So you can do this. Can I? Yes. Okay. Hopefully this work. Right, left, sprint. Right side. Okay, so that is, we're gonna keep that. Hopefully we can change settings when you get into the game. Ooh, lots of language. Swedish here, Espanol, Norwegian, English. I'm gonna go with English, but okay, quite a few language to choose from. So I've only played this for maybe a minute, maybe not even that. It was quite a while ago, just to set everything up. In other things in between, so we're gonna do a new game. So you don't have any save slots, not the best thing. I definitely am pro game slot, or yes, it's just better. The FPS limiter seemed to be working pretty good. Yeah, sticking to 60 frames. So cinematic adventurous game is what I'm expecting this to be. It will mute when you tab out, possibly pausing the game. Also, yeah, it pauses the game when you tab out. Still too loud.
A nightmare woke him up.
What?
Frightened by his mother's bedtime
That is...
story. He searched for his sister's comfort, but she was nowhere to be found.
So, audio levels are shit. I'm gonna try that, because the narration is very quiet and the other thing is very loud. So we're gonna start with this. Good that you can change this when you are in the game. I do miss more like graphic options, like more here. You can't change, you can't disable or enable it with the depth of field, chromatic aberration, or anisotropic filtering, anti-aliasing, or nothing like that. So more option here is what I'm definitely missing. But let's get back to the game here, or the story. Oh, it starts me off very quickly by playing. I like that. We have analog movement and digital movement. All right. Seems like I can't do anything else so far. GPU utilization is around 55% in this area here. I'm locked to 60 frames per second here. Ryzen 5600X is doing fine. One thread a little bit extra utilization and a few more threads working, so 2 to 4 cores maybe being utilized in a good manner here. System memory is very low, pretty low here. Doesn't reach above 8 GB, meaning you should be able to run Windows or whatever on 8 GB, and this game also. VRAM around 3 GB, so if you have a 4 GB graphic card, so far it looks fine. Pretty interesting looking graphic here, and a nice animation there, alright. You can see interaction points glowing, so you cannot know where to go. Okay, so you use the right stick to look around. Okay. I'm gonna turn off, we can start the game with, let me do this so you can see the performance, but I'm gonna turn off the performance and stuff like in a pretty soon here. First we're just gonna see what time it could get more demanding if you get in a bigger, larger environment than this. So okay, some kind of art here. Feels smooth so far here, and this obviously works perfectly fine with 60 frames. So probably for me in a game like this could be definitely very good. Whoop. Well, it seems like it wants me to do something here. I don't know what it wants me to do. Swedish matches. Right, svenska tändstickor. Right, so... It seems like the other one stopped glowing when I did interact with them, alright.
There once was a girl who snuck out of her bedroom window at night, even though her mother had told her not to. She went into the forest, and at first it welcomed her with warmth and a promise of adventures. But soon, the forest seemed to grow colder and darker.
Good narration so far.
The girl was afraid, and she wanted to go home. But Bramble crawled around her arms and legs, and she could not get away. And the girl was never seen again.
Right. This kind of reminds me of Moss, the VR
That is
game.
what happens when you do not listen to your mother. Especially you, Lillemor. Their mother had said before kissing them goodnight.
Where you have very high emphasis on like the story, but you can still, you know, walk around and interact and stuff like that, and you are still going to push the story forward here. You're into VR or curious about VR, I would definitely say that Moss is an amazing game to start off with. Why are you gonna climb out the window?
The darkness outside scared him.
Very heavy use here of depth of field and vignetting almost. Maybe also a combination of
Not
that.
being with his sister scared him even more.
Very stylish looking. Yeah, beautiful artwork here. Right, let's see if I can turn on
The nearby
VSync.
forest was a familiar place during the day.
There were a little bit of tearing there. I don't know how good it's gonna work with the FPS frame lock here, but we're gonna try that. So it's still around the 55-60% mark here utilization.
It was a different story.
VRAM is just above
There
3
was no trace
gigabytes.
of Lillemor, and Ulle wished he could ask the pine cones if they had seen her.
One thing missing though is that you probably would like, it could be fun like to have one spoken language and one, you know, being the subtitles in a different language. Because this obviously feels Swedish, right? With the match box of matches there, even being written in Swedish, like svenska tändstickor. So it could have been fun if this is, you know, like I like watching a lot of, if I watch anime, I want them to be in their native language and then have them being subtitled in, you know, English so I can read it. Could be it's something that you want for this game also. But it seems like language is like a global language for text and audio and everything, so. But right, the performance
But if
seems.
the pine cones knew about her fate, they kept it to themselves.
VSync seems nice. We are up to 70% here EP utilization, so it is more demanding when we come into this area. 60 frames here is still good for me. 120 is definitely nice, but it's no problem playing this game so far in 60 frames for me. VRAM is creeping up. We are up to 3.2 here. So probably best for safety that it could probably hit 4GB VRAM limit if you play for extended time, maybe possibly. So 6GB VRAM minimum might be good for, well, not minimum, but it might be good for really getting to max out stuff in 1440p. The 70% GPU utilization. But it seems to be able to maintain at least with a pretty decent margin the 60 frame target here. So let me turn off MSI Afterburner. We probably gonna notice or feel if it's get really stutter bad under 60 frames here. So let's focus on the story now and the gameplay. Pinecone figure. So I did bind this to right stick click, which doesn't seem to be working, unfortunately. I don't know why so many games have a problem with this. Even if they allow you to bind it, they seem to have problems with it. You know, let's just do that. There we go. It's unfortunate. And now it works. Like, why is it so problematic to let you remap the right stick click? I do not understand that. I genuinely do not understand, and this is such an annoying problem. Such a silly problem. And yes. Unfortunately, I cannot remap using Steam Controller UI here. Since Epic Games, the launcher and that just do not work good with that. I don't know what it used to work great, and nowadays it works like shit. I do not understand it, so we are going to not be able to rebind our keys either to make my back buttons work on my gamesir T4 Kaleid. They are set to right and left stick click, which I don't like to click down on the joysticks. But since remapping is problematic from game perspective, and you know, this is an Epic Store or Epic Store launcher game thing here that is being run through Steam. The Steam controller UI is not working, so I can't good remap it in an easy way. Let's see if we can do it. I'm gonna try to showcase it. This is so Yankee, and this is not the game's problems, right? This is something with Epic and Steam, how they interact, the overlays. And who to blame? I don't think we will ever get an answer to that. But I'm gonna try to do. This is running window mode, so I'm just accessing the Steam here, and I'm going to go to right-click the game, Epic Game Launcher, and I'm gonna choose controller layout. There we go. I can still not do anything. I'm gonna go for edit layout, and I'm gonna go to right stick click. That should be the A button. Right stick click should be the left button. I'm also gonna try to add an extra command, and that's going to be right bumper. So left button is regular press, right bumper is gonna be by a long press. Go, and we're gonna take it down to let's take it down to there we go. Close. Close. Back into the game. Let's see if this works. Let me get that out of the way. Yes. We have a crouch. There we go. So now my back button is jump, because I remapped it. But you have to remap it by accessing the Steam, right click in the game, open the controller layout window and remap that. You cannot use the press like the button to bring up the Steam controller UI when you add this game in like you add the Epic Game Launcher to Steam as a non-Steam game, and then you launch this game. The Steam controller UI and the Steam UI will not be working. So you have to remap by manually accessing Steam and then right-clicking your non-Steam game, Epic Game Launcher, and then manage controller layout. Ooh, oh dear. Yeah, back to the game now. That's weird and problematic. Let us rebind the right stick and left stick click within the game and make it work. Would be much nicer. But yeah, very atmospheric game here. Can be definitely a bit interesting to see where to go at some times here. So far it's working. Minor stutter there. If it starts stuttering, I'm gonna turn on Afterburner to see that. Is that something we can interact with now? Here we can. Right. Can hear my GPU is definitely working. So it is definitely quite demanding here, even on locked 60 frames per second in 1440p. But it is epic setting preset here, so. Okay, we have a little bit of a... Do you call this one treehouse? Almost. It's a little bit weird. I would like to use the left stick to look around it. There's no point to have this being look around with the right stick. I'm just gonna tell it. We could just use the left stick here. Oh, that's a key. See a key. Can I take it? Well, we dropped it. There we go. Yeah, let me just use the left stick to look around and do stuff there. It would be much more intuitive to me, as an option at least. Is there an option for that so I don't... Aim, invert, crouch, base... No, it doesn't seem to be. Yes, I don't... yeah, definitely a little bit interesting to kind of tell where I'm supposed to go. The game is kind of pushing you, but can be a little bit confusing here. Might be more obvious later on in the game. So we have a little bit of platforming here. Probably very forgiving though. Oh, scary. So, there's not a lot of audio, so I don't know how good or bad the audio levels are yet. Right, so you want me to drop in and probably crouch here. Oh, he hurt himself. Very dark, very soft fuzzy here, maybe to emphasize that he hurt himself.
A light in the dark. A symbol of hope.
I want a little bit more of
A spark of courage.
it is definitely very important to have when you showcase a game like this the, the kind of narration voice here. I feel so I'm oomping it up. It seems quite a challenge to get the audio levels working good here, unfortunately. I'm doing my best. But it seems to be very high dynamic range to the audio levels. But I guess that is because they went with like a cinematic feel. It would have been nice to have like an option here to maybe compress it a little bit more, choose different compression levels. I'm even gonna do this. I might want to crank the music a little bit, I don't know yet. I don't know if this is called music that we're hearing in the background, but it is very atmospheric, so I want to kind of showcase that. That is not music. It's the same audio level. Yeah, how that dude, maybe that's ambience or something, but like, right, so the music slider does not affect kind of the atmosphere thing you hear in the background here, which makes it kind of frustrating. If that is effects, right, yeah, this could be, can be quite a challenge to getting tweaked correctly. It seems like.
What do you have there? Lilemur asked. It glimmers beautifully. What a strange rock. Light as a feather. She investigated closely. Let us play, little brother, Lillemore bubbled. See if you can knock down this pine cone.
What? Left? Left trigger? Oh, okay, there we go. Wait. Huh. So, auto-aim deluxe. Do I need to pick it up? Why do you pick up it with left trigger? Why would you not just pick up with... Why would you not pick up with interact button? The weird choice. I would have liked gyro support for this one for sure. I could obviously add it to the Steam with mouse emulation, but I don't know. Don't know if this game supports mixed input, so what happens if we do that? Well, looks like it might support mixed input. That's good. Oh. The light! Right. I might try to turn on gyro support here in a moment. Because aiming is... whoa! Aiming is quite a challenge for me with just the right stick. I think you could have just had it being that when you press left trigger you use left joystick to aim. Probably would have been easier, more like a Nintendo 64 kind of vibe.
Together,
Whoa.
they tumbled down deeper and deeper through the old ruin.
Whee!
Follow me, little brother. I will protect you, Lillemore said. She was never scared like him. Ulle wished he could be a little more like his sister.
Yeah, mixed input does seem to work.
Lillemore loved adventures, and Ulle loved Lillemore.
They have a little bit of a long pause between some of like the narrations that really just messes me up a little bit. Let me just see if we can get the gyro working maybe. Manage controller layout. Gyro to mouse. Let's just do as mouse. Let's do a calibrate quickly here. Just make sure we don't get any weird drifting. It's calibrating the the gamesir T4 case gyros. It's calibrating. There we go. Okay. There we go. Blah 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 blah. Gyro activation button. There we go. I want it to be hold the enable gyro on the left trigger. Left bumper. What? Left trigger full pull. Oh, yeah, let's go with that. That's fine. Okay. There we go. And let's get back into the game. Let's see if this is gonna work. It seems like it might be working. Right. So when I press my there we go, left trigger, it enables my gyro. Let's go see how that's gonna work. Alright, let's continue on. Oh, nice. Alright, so we're probably supposed to follow, right? A little bit of... I gotta say that this animation is definitely a little bit... Like, overall the animation are pretty nice here, but like... Characters is a little bit... stiff looking here, but it's not a huge problem or anything. Performance has been pretty nice. I'm not sure what the music slider do though in the game. It doesn't seem to affect what I was thinking, that background ambience here. I was thinking that was music, but it's not apparently. I do have my sprint by holding down the crouch button. Which more games would incorporate like hold and press to optimize inputs more? That's a big apple. Hungry? Whoa. Uh-huh. Yeah, I do think that it would have been nicer if we just use the left stick here to look around when you interact. Feel more natural. And when you, again, when you picked up the light in the previous little tossing scene there, let me use X to pick up. To pick up with the left trigger felt weird. It seems quite interesting. I do know it's gonna be a bit more of kinda... I think I've seen some scene from this. A bit more action later on. Quite a heavy uses of depth of field. I would like to fine-tune that to turn it off for my liking. Up, stand up, get up. What's this? Rotate. Huh? I'm guessing I'm supposed to do something with it? Don't know what you want me to do here, game. I hear stuff. There we go. Oh my god, that's weird. Oh wow, you have to like crank it. Oh, this feels super bad. This is not a good I don't know if you would call it puzzle, but interaction. But you can kind of do this with like yeah, you can use the D-pad to do this. I guess they optimized it for keyboard, so you don't have to. That was actually weird. You were supposed to kind of use like the left joystick like in a circular motion, right, to symbolize that you're cranking it. But it worked better if you just pressed up, right, down, left, up, down, more in like with keyboard minds. So that's what it was. Quite confusing. Also how to... The explanation to use the left stick there to like rotate.
And playful creatures.
Gnomes.
They live peacefully in daylight and keep in their houses at night. Visitors that don't want to eat them were unheard of until this day.
This is also something that's confusing me. You have analog input and it's working nice, right? I could maybe want to fine-tune the dead zone. It seems to have a built-in dead zone. Can I tweak that? Dead zone. No, unfortunately not. But you have analog moves, so I could just let me sprint when I fully press and let me tweak the dead zone a little bit better. Yeah, it's like pretty high. Is it 30% dead zone or more? But yeah, I don't need a sprint button if I have an analog stick input. Just let me go from walking slow to sprinting without pressing a button. So we're playing hide and seek, I'm guessing. It works great with mixing gamepad and mouse here for the gyro to work. I really enjoy that. I wish more games had mixed input support. I would have wished that I could have gotten more to like the more intense part. To showcase, but it seems like I might not be able to do that. So what happens now? what can we interact with? Okay, we have my minions with me. Are they going to help us? Yes. Bye. Okay, so they are speaking in Swedish. Interesting. At least the very limited so far within the game. Alright, so that does not get affected by the language. Maybe only the narration and the text is affected by the language. Interesting. It seems pretty nice, very kinda... Is a slow burner maybe, like slow paced. I'm not sure about some of interaction things so far. How they like... How they kinda convey a few things. Seems like I'm supposed to like herd in people here. Yep. And again, I think going back to like the cranking puzzle, they need to maybe tweak it so that if you're using joystick, the circular motions feels a little bit smoother. I got one extra. And again, I think that when you interact with objects, you can just use the left stick to look around. You don't need to have the right stick to look around in that motion or in that interaction view. So maybe it could be made maybe smudge clearer where the path you can go is. It's not a problem, the camera view is forcing you to go the right way, but... Ooh, a bit of a stutter. Been a very little stutter, that's good, but they are here and there. It could be loading stutters. Let me just double check something here. VRAM usage is now up to 4.4 gigabytes, around that, so yeah. For 4040p and the epic settings, 6 gigabyte of VRAM is probably a good minimum. Yeah, some action! Nice animation. What? Froggy King? Do-no, 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 do-no. Definitely a nice combination of narration and just interactive storytelling. Well, I probably won't be playing this more than a let's try. It's nothing that, for me, gripping this. Whoa. Hello? But it feels like a pretty solid, like story game experience so far. Oh right, we're supposed to go here. Yeah, they could have maybe made some of this smooch more obvious, but it fits very well with how the game is, so. It's definitely, like, I don't think that navigation is gonna be a problem, but it could be... I could see some people just feeling maybe a little bit like, slightly annoyed about, wait, where am I supposed to go? Where do I do? Because again, you're supposed to go straight there, but they look almost like a little path here to the right, but yeah, it's not a problem here per se for me or so, but I can definitely see some feeling a little bit like, what the heck? About where to navigate. Whee! Whoa! Sprint! Do 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 do. Yeah, a little bit more action here. That's nice. Yeah, I'm forced to walk here. All right. Dun dun do 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 do. What can I jog?
They were both curious in different ways, while Lillemor quickly ran along. Ulle could get completely enthralled. And suddenly, Ole was alone again.
Well, that's a bad big sister, running away like that. Right. Very nice looking here. Jump! Ooh, did you break your knee? Ooh, okay, maybe I could have sprinted to make that jump. Who knows? Sprint. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Ah. Like here, it was a little bit weird, the path that I walked there. It didn't feel like a path. Is that Bramble the Mountain King? I wonder if the cutscenes are affected by the audio tweak I did, because they seem to be very loud compared to the story, the game part.
And Ulle was weak. He did not stand a chance. But soon the sound of the river faded. Ole was happy to have firm ground under his feet again.
So I'm thinking maybe 15 more minutes of this Let's Try. So thanks for watching. You can try this one out yourself, obviously. Bramble the Mountain King, if it looks interesting, on I believe Steam and Epic Games Store. And it might be good if you don't like the traditional just action game or want a little bit of a different paced game. With more of like taking a bit slower with a little bit of action parts here and there, you know. Might be more or less action up ahead, but I feel it's gonna be lots of this kind of where you can stop, look at the environment and stuff like that. Simple to learn controls. Even though they had like this aiming, I think it's going to be probably fine for most part. Oh, that looks a bit Yankee animation. So you can leave a like, a comment if you want to do that about whatever. Follow or check back to the channel if you don't want to miss more Let's Try and Let's Plays. You can always, if you want to see more of this game, request more of it. But right now, I don't think it's a story game that is gripping me personally to the point that I really feel that I would like to just push on. I don't see anything really bad about it. It's just as on a personal, it doesn't just grip me. It seems very interesting though with how the story and everything unfolds. But the combination here of interactive kind of adventure game here isn't for me just oomping to just go for it for a playthrough. But it might be a short one, so I might look up how long it is. And if it is a very short game, might change my mind anyway. But it seems very solid, and you know, the only thing that this is not a super old game, like is it a year or so? So it's a shame that they didn't include like DLSS or like FSR or something like that.
King made sure that his new friend did not drown.
Because then I might have been able to run this in 120 frames. It's not necessary, but it's just that...
Without his sister, he felt like the loneliest child in the world.
I'm just a big 120 frame loving person here. Probably more.
And go home.
It definitely would have been quite interesting to try it for 240 Hz too. I don't think it would be...
He had to find where the big troll had taken.
Okay, like this is annoying the crap out of me. Okay, I would love to try 240 Hz. Might be something that I might or might not feel is good. 120 Hz is though really great. I really don't like this. This is something that really bugs me, especially since, you know, trying to choose when I'm doing commentary here. They have this just long enough pause so you think the narration is taking a long pause, and then they just start again. Just would love a little bit shorter pause between like this narration thing here. It's just just long or short enough depending how you see it to just bug me out, like, okay, now the narration is taking a little bit of a break here for me to explore, and then the narration keeps going. Just It might not be a problem if you're just playing it normally, but for me it is just in that realm where I'm just, oh, okay, I don't have to focus on the narration. It's now exploration time, and then it kicks up again, and I'm like, god damn it. No, this is the way to go. I see now. It's Doom Eternal or Doom 2016. Follow the green paths. It looks like I have to jump, but it's not super clear. But whoop. Run, Ole, run! There's no stamina meter, so you can keep sprinting indefinitely, it looks like. Is this the gnome village, or is this my home? Could be my home, right? I don't know. No, this looks like the gnome village. I wanna use, it's so built into me, I wanna use the left stick here. It feels so weird to be tossed into using the right stick. Might just be a personal thing, but it just felt more natural to have the left stick there. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I think I see. Oh, he has the key to unlock here. Maybe, maybe not. So yeah, we are getting close to key for this one. To soon being stopping this let's try. Definitely a nice little slow burner of an adventure interactive storytelling game here. Again, Bramble the Mountain. Is it the king? Right, I think that's right. Yeah, Bramble the Mountain King should be available on Steam and Epic Games, to my knowledge. I haven't checked the price now. That's my bad, since this was a free game. Should do that. Let me check that for you guys at this point in time, so you know what you might be going in for. Should be pretty quick here, just take a couple of seconds here. Bramble, let's go for this. So yeah, okay, so 30 euros, it's around that price, which might or might not be worth it for you. Here we go. And yeah, 30 euros at this point in time, around that price point, and according to a quick Google search, it is apparently 4.5 hours in length. And apparently you can like do some extra exploration or lore reading and stuff like that, and you can maybe get it up to around 7 to 9 hours or something like that, 7-8 hours. So it might be on the shorter side if you just like to focus on main stuff. 30 euros for 4.5 hours might or might not be a good price for you. Personally, I think that this probably would more fit in like the range of a 20 euros game. But it's not overly priced or super high or anything. It seems very good, well done. So, ooh, that's a nice. Wee, that looks nice. Can I not take that? Nope. All right, I'm guessing follow the light there. So there might be multiple paths that you can take to explore stuff like this. Yeah. Okay, so this could be like an extra just exploration thing. Well, let's see what happens when you get squished by a big bear trap. That's lots of them. Whoa. Okay, looks like I just... Well, maybe. Let me see one thing. Yeah, that's good checkpoints. You're not being punished for it. Okay, let's go the main way. But this might be some extra areas that you might be able to explore. Let's go back. Go the main way, end it here with a few more minutes here. Haven't been a lot of action scenes here. Again, I've seen that there is more of like action or... How do I get back? I actually don't know if can I get back? What? What the? I saw the light to the left, so can I go? This might be the way to go, but I don't know how to get back anyways. So if I went the wrong way, in big troubles. Okay. Probably you can go this way. This is again something with the graphic here makes it a bit interesting to like see the path. Can I go to the left? Can I go to the... It looks like I'm supposed to go this way, but I can't really tell which way I'm supposed to be. I cannot tell which way I'm supposed to go right now. Might be that I'm just stopping here since, you know, I think it looks cool and interesting, but it's not giving me that oomph that I'm currently looking for. Again, I can't tell if I can go this way or not. I can't see my path forward here. I didn't even see that there was one trap there. Yeah, I don't know how to continue from here, to be quite honest. I don't know if I was intended to go here, if it is a bug in the game, or... 'Cause I can't go this way. Can't, you know, I can only jump and sprint. I don't know if I'm supposed to sprint past these traps. It seems quite weird if it was that way. No. I'm just gonna probably stop here to be honest. This again, I hope this is kind of like a bug, because this is not for this type of game. This doesn't feel good when it is just I cannot see any kind of path forward here, and I can't go back really. Well, that didn't help with visibility. Nope. Nope. That's unfortunate. This is not the way I wanted to end this game, but I have zero clue of what to do here. This and I just don't feel I don't see any path forward through this area. Maybe if I had like some light or something else, and I don't see how I can get back up, and there's no path down here. I guess this is gonna be the end of this Let's Try. That's not what I wanted for an ending. It doesn't seem like I'm supposed to go back here. I might check a YouTube video to see what I missed for fun. But yeah, some of the puzzles have felt a little bit not well communicated, and this is, I guess, another one, if it's, you could call it puzzle, or just the pattern not being clear sometimes. It just doesn't seem to be a clear pathway forward here. And if there is a puzzle, the puzzle isn't being communicated to me in a good way. Oh wait, now I see, yeah, it's a tricky thing. I can see people getting annoyed. You can call me stupid, but I see it now. It's the Doom Eternal thing, follow the green here. But they blended in here, so I did not see that at first. Okay, let's then take a minute here and just get out of this to the end. The path could definitely just been a smudge better communicated. Somehow, I don't know exactly how, but somehow. Like, where do you want me to go now? Yeah, that's death. It's not doing the best way of communicating where I'm supposed to go. I don't see it. This one, wow. Am I supposed to go down here? This does not stick out enough. It is very stylish, right? It fits the choice, but it doesn't sometimes. It blends a little bit. And where can I go now? Is this the way? Okay. Let's save this gnome and stop. Another trap. Okay, intended trap. A trap meant to be happening. Okay, so this was the way to go. I was not certain about that. I would have ended with would have been nice to end with rescuing the gnome, but I seem to be trapped in a cave. Yeah, I don't know if something with the lighting or something could have been tweaked to make it more obvious here with the pathway sometimes, and with some of the with how the puzzles are being communicated. But yeah, it seems like a good game. It just doesn't oomph me all the way. Let's see what this area is here, and we are. Alright, very grim, scary looking here. I have no idea where to go again here. Yeah, I'm pausing here. Let's see. Quit the menu. There we go. Let's just do a quick summarize of Bramble the Mountain King. Let me go. There we go. We go. Blah blah blah. Good, good. Yes, it has a reasonably stylish art style. I feel that the main character might be sticking out a little bit stiff, and some of the lighting could definitely not it's not bad if you get thumbs up to maybe help letting you see the like the path forward or something like that. But overall it is a reasonably good looking game. It's nothing like crazy, but it's alright. Controls are definitely good. It's just weird that you can bind the left and right joystick click and they don't work when you bind them in the game. That needs to definitely be fixed, patched up. I also feel that, you know, some of the controls, even if they work with the dual stick thing, it could be better to focus more on a single stick experience, because that could make it easier for newcomer, and this is a good game for newcomers. It's slow paced, it's a little bit just not punished for by death or stuff like that, and so you know, not punished by that, and it's a shorter game and everything. It just makes perfectly sense that you know, hey, we can make this a little bit of a we can make this being a little bit of a easier accessible, and having it focus on one joystick would work perfectly fine. It has been very very few instances where I felt like a dual stick kind of scheme worked, and yeah, because you know, you aim with left stick here, make that then let you aim by pressing the left trigger. I mean, why not just, you know, aim with just the left stick there? Why you do have to have the right stick there? It's not like, I don't think you're gonna have to like strafe and look around and aim at the same time. It's gonna be like you're pretty much gonna be stationary and then aim and do stuff. So it's just no real uses for dual stick scheme here, and that comes down to like the input optimization that I try to bring forward. Like, is adding this extra input adding to the game, or is it just an extra really like not necessary step? And so far in this game, dual stick is unnecessary. Focus on one stick, optimizing it there. Like, again, the same thing is like when I was you know, you use X to interact, to go in to look at stuff, and then you don't need the right stick to look around because you're in this fixed position. You could just use the left stick. And also when you interact right with X for everything, and then you come to this first, like where you like learn how to aim, and then it is left trigger to pick up this little ball of light, and it's just, why? It's not an extra button, but it's like, why would I not use X to pick up this light to interact? I've used that button for every interaction up to this point. So some of that input thing I could see could be tweaked to make it better. Audio mix also, it seems like cutscenes just cranks to the max, and then it's very difficult to get like good mix all together within just the game itself. And like the music slider, I was thinking that's what gonna affect kind of like the background ambience chanting in the beginning, but apparently that was not set as music, because turning it from 10% to 90 or 100% wasn't really any audible difference. So what is that? What is the music slider and stuff doing? It seems like the audio mix could need some extra love. But yeah, I still think that this could be definitely a good game if for new people just wanna get into gaming here. This is probably a very good thing. Or not get into, try gaming. It would show someone that isn't a gamer, could be a good thing here. Like story driven, very more sort of slower paced. You have your time, you're not punished for that and everything, and the controls aren't difficult, you know, pretty accessible all over. But yeah, I'm leaning towards that. I think that the €30 price point is on the high side for it. Definitely feel like a 20 is more in its realm, with its length, with its polish and style and everything. But yeah, that's it. You can check out Bramble the Mountain King yourself. I don't think there's a demo available, right? Unfortunately, I think I closed down my little Steam page here. Let's see if is there a demo. There is not a demo available, unfortunately. Could have been nice to have that. So it is being received very positive and overwhelmingly positive. I can kind of understand that, but I feel it might be a little bit overrated for me personally. But I feel it is a solid, good experience here if you're into this, or if you might just looking for some different gaming experiences, more story experience. But yeah, thanks for checking this video out. Again, Bramble the Mountain King available on Steam and Epic Games for you to, get into game it and get it yourself. If you want to go for the full playthrough yourself, might be very worth your time. And if nothing else, again, you can leave a comment, you can follow, check back to the channel if you don't want to miss more Let's Try and Let's Play and stuff like that. And if nothing else, have a great day and bye for now.